Rich, day one done on the return. How proud are the boys the way they've turned up and got started today?
Yeah, brilliant. Really proud, Phil, to be honest, because obviously it's been an unbelievable testing time. There's been plenty in the press made about all the pay cut stuff, and I think the big test for our boys were in terms of fitness and turning up ready to go. With a 2 to 3 week lead into our game, simply we're not going to be able to cover everything. We've got to prioritise, and where we started off in a really good spot. We've had a real positive day. Very vibrant. Obviously the boys are all really pleased to get back in and start working with each other and get that camaraderie again. And we started off really well. Skill session this morning were great. Just gradually getting the boys used to a little bit of contact again. The up and down stuff. Squeezing, wrestling, tackle, all that type of stuff. And the bit of the bit of team stuff we did at end has left us as coaches feeling in a good spot after such a long time off.
Is it tough to try and ease them back into it? Obviously they're keen as mustard to get out there.
I think they'd have trained for another hour if we'd have let them today. Such has been the desire to get back in and get moving again. But we got to be careful too. We can't let the excitement of being back in overflowing into us training them too hard and doing too much. We've got to be really mindful that they've had a long time off, and while a lot of them have been running and in terms of the aerobic capacity, we're quite pleased. Well, we're more than quite pleased. We're really pleased with where they're at. It's a different type of running and changes the speed and changes the direction, so we'll be careful with them, building them up this week, but as a coach I guess I'm really happy with the way they come back, both in terms of attitude, application, but the physical condition that they're into.
And in terms of numbers wise, you only a handful of guys who aren't available to you, and that's going to be important in a hectic second half of the season.
We've actually picked a bit of an injury up on COVID in Alex Sutcliffe, rolled his ankle, so Alex, Liam Sutcliffe, they're getting closer to being back in full time with us. They've done some sort of static skills with us this morning and done the linear running. And we've also got Jack Walker, who's making very good progress from his foot injury. So with a bit of luck, in 3 or 4 weeks' time, we'll have close to a full complement. Steve is still not getting back right from his head at the moment. But having said that, we've got the added bonus of Cruz Leaming being back fully fit.
And you mentioned Liam Sutcliffe there. It's been confirmed that he's put in a transfer request, looking for a fresh challenge. Away from the club. Do you understand his reasons for that?
Yeah, I do. I'm disappointed, but only disappointed in a sense that we enjoy Liam having here. We think he's a good player and a really valuable part of our squad. This is sort of not the first time it's reared its head. We've had some conversation, really amicable ones, about his role in the future, moving down the track, and obviously during the break it's reared its head a little again and decided that he still feels at this stage of his career and his desire to cement in one position, really. I think that's that's a big part in it, that he feels like he needs a fresh challenge. So from our point of view, we understand. We would much rather him be part of our squad, but at the same time, this happens in players' career, and while he's here, I know Liam will give his absolute best for us. And I think it's up to us to work through that as a club now and work out what's best for us, moving forward and see what comes in for Liam.
And in terms of your squad, you mentioned Cruz Leaming there. Having a player like Cruz ready to go after this restart will give us a great lift as well.
Yeah, it will. And he had a really tough pre-season, Cruz, because we think he's a really smart little footballer with a lot of really good football in front of him, and quite innocuous injury really, but a real bad one, and we had a couple of weeks before we sort of got to the bottom of it. Kept flaring up again, and eventually when they did get to the bottom of it, it proved to be a fairly sizable injury, which for him, he were absolutely gutted, as we all were. The fact that he was going to miss such a large chunk of time. So I suppose every cloud has a silver lining, certainly in this case for Cruz, that he's missed 5 games at the start of the year, and he's fit for selection pretty much straight away. He's feeling good. I think with a knee injury there's always that issue of when you get back up and running and you get in the team stuff where we can't quite think about, you know, when you're doing rehab running and it's consciously on your mind. But throwing him back in today where he's not had to think about it, he doesn't look like he's missed a beat. So yeah, Cruz will be a magnificent addition back into our squad, and proved great competition for a starting hooker with Brad, who obviously were in terrific form before we broke up as well.